Good day, everyone, and welcome to Breaking Bulletin, your trusted source for local, regional, and international updates from your town to the global stage. We are diving into a story shaking North America economic core. How will Trump tariff stance impact North America future free trade deal negotiations? According to Reuters, United States President Donald Trump confirmed 25% tariffs on all imports from Canada and Mexico effective March 11th, alongside a 20% duty on Chinese goods per NBC News, rattling markets and trade ties per BNN Bloomberg. This follows a February pause on these levies, per Reuters, after Canada and Mexico pledged border security boosts. Per PBS News, yet Trump now doubles down. Per The Globe and Mail, North America trade $1.8 trillion in goods and services in 2023 per the United States Census Bureau relies on the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, signed in 2020 under Trump per CBC News, with a review set for July 2026 per PBS News. United States, with a $26.9 trillion gross domestic product per the International Monetary Fund in 2024. Imposes these tariffs, citing border security and trade deficits: $161 billion with Mexico, $71 billion with Canada, per the United States Census Bureau in 2023, despite earlier touting the agreement as a win. Per the White House, Canada $2.1 trillion economy and Mexico $1.8 trillion gross domestic product. Per the International Monetary Fund, brace for fallout. Per CTV News, Trump told NBC News tariffs will stay until drugs and migrants stop, linking trade to non-trade issues. Per Reuters, as United States consumers' $71,067 median income per tax foundation in 2025 face price hikes. Per the Canadian Press, can North America free trade endure this pressure, or will the 2026 review collapse it? Using data from Reuters, CBC News, and more, we will explore Trump tariff stance, its stakes, and what lies ahead. This is Breaking Bulletin. Please like this video, share it with your community, subscribe for more local, regional, and international updates, and comment below: will Trump tariffs kill North America trade deal? Stay tuned as we unpack this economic earthquake. Let us start with the firestorm itself, because Trump tariffs stance 25% on Canada and Mexico, 20% on China, per Reuters, ignites a trade war threatening North America free trade future. According to NBC News, Trump signed these tariffs into effect March 11th, reversing a February 30th day pause. Per PBS News, after Canada and Mexico vowed border crackdowns, 10,000 Mexican National Guard to the United States border. Per Reuters, and Canada Northern Patrols. Per CBC News, Trump told reporters. Per NBC News, no room left to negotiate, citing a $232 billion trade deficit with both nations, per the United States Census Bureau in 2023, and fentanyl flows, per the White House. Details shock: United States imports $400 billion in goods from Canada yearly. Per statistics, Canada in 2024 oil, lumber, autos, and $270 billion from Mexico, per the United States Census Bureau. Like vehicles and produce, per PBS News, tariffs hit all, save Canada energy at 10%, per NBC News, risking $12,000 car price hikes, per Anderson Economic Group, and grocery cost jumps avocados, beer, per CTV News. Trump first-term United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, per CBC News, promised tariff-free flow 75% of car parts North American-made, per Azacoa, yet this move, per The Globe and Mail, guts that, per Reuters. Trade lawyer John Boscariel told CBC News uncertainty is almost as bad as tariffs themselves, noting Mexico and Canada's supply chains autos cross borders 8 times, per PBS News face chaos, per BNN Bloomberg. United States automakers like Ford warn, per NBC News, of a devastating blow, as 27% of Michigan gross state product ties to mobility, per Atlantic Council. Trump stance shifts February exemptions for United States-Mexico-Canada agreement-compliant goods, per NBC News, vanish, per Reuters, as he brushes off negotiation, per the Globe and Mail, saying they had their chance. Per NBC News, history looms Trump 2018 steel tariffs, 25%, per Reuters, sparked Canada retaliation whiskey, steel. Per CBC News, before United States-Mexico-Canada agreement eased tensions, per the White House. Now, Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum vows tariff and non-tariff measures by March 16th, per NBC News, while Canada mulls alcohol bans, per PBS News. United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, flexes muscle, per Reuters, but Canada and Mexico $60 billion export chain, per Statistics Canada gear up. Per CTV News, critics sound off Matthew Holmes of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce told Reuters, tariffs tax America first, predicting consumer pain. Per the Canadian press, United States-Mexico-Canada agreement review looms July 2026, per PBS News. Trump hints at early talks, per JP Morgan private bank using tariffs as leverage, per Reuters. This is Trump rewriting trade rules North America braces. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment. Can North America trade survive Trump tariffs? We bring you updates from your town and beyond. Now, let us unpack the stakes, because Trump tariff stance puts North America free trade deal the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement under siege. According to CBC News, this pact, signed in 2020, moved $1.8 trillion in goods and services in 2023, per the United States Census Bureau, with rules 75% car content North American, per as a co-ensuring tariff-free flow, per PBS News, Trump tariffs. 25%, per Reuters, shred this, per the Globe and Mail, as United States imports $400 billion from Canada, $270 billion from Mexico. Per Statistics Canada face levies. Per NBC News, impact staggers autos, 27% of United States imports from Mexico, per as a COA, cross borders 8 times, per PBS News. Compounding costs $12,000 per car, per Anderson Economic Group. Canada oil 4.3 million barrels daily, per PBS News hits Midwest refineries, per Atlantic Council risking gas price spikes, per Reuters. Mexico produce avocados, tomatoes sees 25% hikes, per NBC News, cutting United States consumer purchasing power $1,000 to $1,200 yearly, per Yale Budget Lab. United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Review, July 2026, per PBS News, looms Trump first-term win, per the White House, now a bargaining chip, per JP Morgan private bank. Trump told NBC News deficits must end, eyeing $161 billion with Mexico, $71 billion with Canada. Per the United States Census Bureau, yet deficits grew under United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, per PBS News, from $106 billion in 2019, per the same source. Mexico and Canada counter-integrated supply chains. Per CBC News, mean United States jobs Michigan, Texas suffer, per Atlantic Council. Retaliation brews Canada Premier Doug Ford vows to pull United States alcohol, per PBS News, as Mexico eyes tariffs on United States corn, pork, per NBC News 40% of United States exports, per Statistics Canada, at risk, per Reuters. United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, dwarfs Canada to $0.1 trillion and Mexico $1.8 trillion, per the same source, but interdependence bites, per CTV News. Lori Wallach of Rethink Trade told PBS News, United States-Mexico-Canada agreement failed Trump goals, hinting at renegotiation chaos. Per Reuters, Trump stance shifts focus fentanyl, migrants, per NBC News tying trade to security, per the White House, ahead of 2026, per JP Morgan Private Bank. This is United States-Mexico-Canada agreement cracking North America future hangs. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment, what does this mean for your town jobs? We deliver local, regional, and international updates daily. Let us zoom into Trump tariff strategy, because these 25% levies on Canada and Mexico, per Reuters, reshape North America free trade deal negotiations. According to JP Morgan Private Bank, Trump ordered a United States-Mexico-Canada agreement review by April 1st, months ahead of July 2026, per PBS News using tariffs as leverage, per Reuters. Trump told NBC News they will pay, targeting deficits $230 billion combined, per the United States Census Bureau and border issues, per the White House. History repeats Trump 2019 tariff threats on Mexico. Per PBS News, forced immigration deals birthing United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, per CBC News. Now, 10,000 Mexican National Guard deployed. Per Reuters, falls short Trump cites fentanyl. Per NBC News, despite less than 1% seized at borders. Per PBS News, Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau told CBC News, we will negotiate after a colorful Trump call. Per PBS News, eyeing bilateral deals. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, Mexico Sheinbaum vows retaliation by March 16th. Per NBC News, but seeks talks. Per Reuters, United States-Mexico-Canada agreement stakes soar 75% North American car content. Per Azakoa, aim to cut China out. Per PBS News, yet Trump eyes Chinese goods in Mexico. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, risking 2026 collapse. Per Reuters, United States leverage looms $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, versus Canada and Mexico combined $3.9 trillion. Per the same source, but retaliation hurts. Per CTV News, autos $12,000 price jumps. Per Anderson Economic Group hit United States consumers. Per NBC News, analysts weigh in. Scott Lincecum of Cato Institute told PBS News tariffs destroy Trump-owned deal, predicting 2026 turmoil. Per Reuters, Canada and Mexico may concede border funds. Per CBC News or fragment United States-Mexico-Canada agreement into bilateral pacts. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, this is Trump tariffs twisting talks North America bends. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment, will Trump force a deal or fracture trade? We bring you news from your town to the world. Trump tariff stance ripples globally. Let us explore the fallout. United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund in 2024, drives 25% of world trade. Per the World Trade Organization in 2023 to 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, per Reuters, jolt North America $1.8 trillion flow, per the United States Census Bureau. Europe, $20 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, braces Trump hints at next targets. Per Reuters, as European Union mulls retaliation. Per PBS News, China gains 20% United States tariffs. Per NBC News, pale next to Canada. And Mexico 25%, per Reuters, pushing Mexico and Canada toward Beijing. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, China for $1 trillion gross domestic product, per the International Monetary Fund, sees exports via Mexico rise. Per Azakoa United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement 2026 review may tighten this. Per PBS News, United States consumers' $71,067 median income, per tax foundation face $1,200 yearly hits. Per Yale Budget Lab as oil $80 per barrel. Per Bloomberg risks spikes. Per Reuters, Canada and Mexico pivot $60 billion export chain. Per Statistics Canada seeks European Union. China deals. Per CBC News, if United States-Mexico-Canada agreement falters. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, United States Industries Michigan Autos, Texas refineries lose edge. Per Atlantic Council as Canada oil and Mexico parts cost more. Per NBC News, Retaliation looms Canada alcohol bans, Mexico corn tariffs. Per PBS News hit United States exports. Per Reuters, global trade phrase United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. Per CBC News, once stabilized North America. Per PBS News now risks collapse by 2026. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, this is Trump tariffs redrawing maps North America shifts. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment. How does this hit your wallet? We deliver local, regional, and international updates daily. What is next? Trump tariff stands 25% on Canada and Mexico. Per Reuters casts North America free trade deal negotiations into flux. According to JP Morgan Private Bank, United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement Review, due July 2026. Per PBS News, may shift to 2025. Trump seeks results by midterms. Per Reuters, tariffs stay until drugs and migrants stop. Per NBC News, Canada and Mexico counter with retaliation by March 16th. Per The Globe and Mail, eyeing talks. Per CBC News, costs mount $12,000 car hikes. Per Anderson Economic Group and $1,200 household hits. Per Yale Budget Lab, pressure United States consumers. Per NBC News, United States-Mexico-Canada agreement collapse looms bilateral deals. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, or tighter China curbs. Per as a COA, reshape $1.8 trillion trade. Per the United States Census Bureau, Canada and Mexico $3.9 trillion combined gross domestic product. Per the International Monetary Fund may deepen European Union ties. Per Reuters, if United States pulls out. Per PBS News, Trump leverage peaks $26.9 trillion gross domestic product. Per the International Monetary Fund, yet retaliation bites. Per CTV News, Mexico 10,000 National Guard. Per Reuters, and Canada patrols. Per CBC News, may bend border funds. Per PBS News or break United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, this is North America trade future deal or divide. Please like, share, subscribe to Breaking Bulletin, and comment what should North America do next. We keep you posted from your town to the globe. In closing, Trump tariff stands 25% on Canada and Mexico. Per Reuters threatens North America future free trade deal negotiations. Per NBC News, Trump ties $1.8 trillion trade. Per the United States Census Bureau, to security fentanyl, migrants. Per the White House, risking United States-Mexico-Canada agreement collapse by 2026. Per PBS News, United States $26.9 trillion gross domestic product. Per the International Monetary Fund, flexes, but Canada and Mexico $3.9 trillion combined. Per the same source, retaliate. Per CTV News, as consumers face $1,200 hits. Per Yale Budget Lab, local stakes soar Michigan autos, Texas oil. Per Atlantic Council, and your grocery bill. Per NBC News, feel it. Per Reuters, globally, China and European Union watch. Per JP Morgan Private Bank, North America trade teeters. Per CBC News, this is Breaking Bulletin. Please like this video, share it across your community, subscribe for more local, regional, and international updates, and comment below. Can North America free trade survive Trump tariffs? We bring you the latest from your town to the world stage. Stay with us as this unfolds.